Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So today I'm going to show you some common misconceptions between day trading and scalping. I'm going to show you how you can make a living doing scalping and basically why so many traders fail. And then I'm going to give you some live demonstrations that hopefully you can overcome this. Please read this disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor, so you should seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to emulate any of my trading strategies or advice. So today, when we do get into trading, we're going to be trading AMD 500 shares with a group of traders that I have here. I have Charlie, she's over here handling the chat. I have Alan's in the background working on stuff and trading. I have 6 screens. I'm doing additional trading, and I'm in a studio, and there's more people trading off to my left. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the different strategies that you would use to day trade and scalp too. But first, let's just talk about the difference between the two. So day trading means you're trading throughout the day of a single day. So you might take a position and hold it all day long. You might take positions that are 10 minutes or a half hour or 2 hours. You might, it depends on the price action and what you're going for and how you set your take profit and max loss. So scalping can be just a 2-second trade, a 1-minute trade, maybe a 5 or 10-minute trade or longer. But typically scalping is for short-term price actions. And that's why I have set up this layout this way with these custom indicators so I can show you how it should be fairly easy with a little bit of training to make $100 a day to $300 a day, maybe $500 a day. Our greatest enemy is ourselves by not cutting our losses, and that's why you should have a trading plan and you should log. I started this channel basically when I found out how many people didn't log, and it was all about logging. And my very first book that I helped put out was the Trading Journal Logbook, which has some interesting concepts in it about how to trade, how to find the right stocks to trade for scalping. So that was the very first book that I helped putting out. I don't publish books. It's a common misconception because I talk about them all the time, but I don't do them. But I do talk about a lot of books that I do really believe in, that I think can help in your journey. So we'll talk about those today, and we'll talk about the specific strategies in those books that I have learned to use, and how many people have become funded using these strategies. If you don't have the money to get the 25,000 PDT, or to just get funded for larger money once you do have it, or just to make a living. So this is real stuff that's giving you real information that can help you. And I have, I think, almost 300 videos on this with all kinds of demonstrations showing you how this can be done. Now, I'm a former math teacher. I'm known here as the professor, and I'm just going to show you everything that I know as quickly as I can. So look at all the different playlists that are out there on this channel. I think we're on our 13th season now. So there's a lot of amazing things and free layouts and free scripts and just general information. But you have to search for it, and you need to search under our channel icon, not just search globally. A lot of people don't understand that about YouTube. If you're looking for something specific on this channel, look at the little magnifying glass that's on this channel to find your stuff. So I will be trading in just a few minutes, so I'm going to break right into what else we have going on here. So this is a 1-minute chart that is full of a bunch of indicators that I'll talk about in a minute. Then I have a day chart minimized down here. This is the active trader. I've already lost $15 today on a trade. This is the level 2. This is a 15-minute chart. This is a 5-minute chart with the MACD histogram on it. This is another reduced 5-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour, all reduced charts. Now I have this layout available many times for you, I think the last couple of episodes. And I know Charlie, if you wondered who's Charlie? So she's on a recent episode thumbnail talking about all the free scripts, and she's right over here to my right, helping me with handling everybody. So we have a pretty good team here that helps people learn how to trade. So why do I have all these charts on this? We also have a studio cat that's over here howling off in the distance. And I have all these different reduced charts because they help with the different strategies that I trade. So today we're going to be trading the RV strategy. Most of you know that. I've made so many millionaires since this book came out for the $1 Million Margin Club. I will have a link to it. And that was last year, in March of last year, when they released that. And it was the first book that came out with a large cap strategy for scalping. And it just revolutionized the way people scalp. If you've made the PDT and you have 25,000 in your account, it really made making a living a lot easier. And then making several, I think we're 3 millionaires now through this channel, but a bunch of people have gotten into prop firms, and a bunch of people are making $300 a day, $500 a day, or $2,500 a week, $3,000, $5,000 a week. So my goal is 5,000 a day. I do not think I can possibly make that on this trading session, which will be a half hour with only 500 shares, but I might make 1,000 or maybe a little bit more. So I will be, I've already traded some this morning, and I already have, so I've already got 1,200 toward my goal today. And then I will be trading probably the power hour if I don't make it. But I look at it more like a week that I'm trying to do. So, you know, that I look at the overall week at averaging at $5,000 a day. So 25,000 a week is what I would go for. So the RV strategy starts out with the day opening up this day. You figure out what the close of yesterday was just by going over this day candle. You can see to the right of my picture up there, C141.86. That's what it closed at. Then you look at the average true range over a 14-day period, the ATR. Okay, now this layout is available, I believe. I just built it like a couple of episodes ago. So just look for me standing in front of a thumbnail building this. But anyway, so you look at what that is, that average is. We go back over the candle. It says $5.94. So you divide that $5.94 in half. When you subtract it in half, when you divide it in half, you subtract half from the close of the candle yesterday to get an ATR low level, and add half to get an ATR high level. So ATR is only one number, but we've divided it in two to create a range, because this is a large cap range, and I don't know why that's here. I forgot to reduce this. When I first put these lines in, they show all the way across. I'm just going to remove it. It probably is marked on a 5-minute level that I forgot to check. So we'll just look at it when we start to trade, because what I ended up, well, I'll show you how I marked this out in just a second. So anyway, we've created a range for the RV strategy, and I used a 5-minute chart to do these other lines in here, and I'll show you how I did that. So this is how the strategy is very specific in Day Trading Volume 1. I have a link to it, how to trade this strategy. If you don't have it, you should get it. Most traders have it by now. It's a best-selling book, one of the best out there since last year, and so many people are doing so well with it. So after you get that range set up, the next thing you do is you go over to this 10-day 5-minute chart, and you set a Fibonacci high and low. So it's actually gone lower than that now, I see. But so I set that earlier this morning, and this is where it was. So that's a Fibonacci, nature's mathematical formula, they call it, and that's going to set different support and resistance levels. So right now it's below them all. And then I did it again on a 5-minute 2-day, which is right here. And you can see somewhere here. Yeah, there it is. So I set it again high here, and then the low was here. So you can see where the line's coming down. So anyway, I'm not sure these are going to come into play, but because they're above here, but we'll see. And then what I did is, you can see on this one, because there's no action beyond these 2 days. Now the RV strategy says, look at a 4-hour chart, look at then a 1-hour chart, and then a 15-minute chart, and then a 5-minute chart. So, and then what you do is you look for historical data where candlesticks have stopped, rested, or turned abruptly around, and you look to mark those levels. As you can see, I've marked them, and I've tried to kind of match a bunch of them up if there's kind of consolidating in the middle. And I've created support and resistance lines based on historical data. Now, historical data can be 5 minutes ago. Now it just depends on how you trade. When you scalp, you can take historical data very, very recently, and people have had discussions. That's not historical. Sure, it's historical. 1 second ago is historical. So, but I mean, what you're really looking for is when did the price action move? And that could be at any time. It could have been a year ago, and it could have been just a few minutes ago. So you want to mark the ones you can mark. And I've marked these, and then it just basically the price action falls away from these. There's nothing to mark. So I followed the strategy exactly, and I marked these levels on 5-minute. So now I trade on a 1-minute chart, and it looks really busy, and it's time to talk about some of this other stuff that I've developed most of this, and you can get I'll have links to get all these indicators. This is the market magnet. This is set for intraday. Just make sure that it is. Yes, that it is. And this is highly useful and valuable. That's what these little red arrows are, these green arrows are, and then you see this green line way up here and this red line here. Now, here's all the other historical data that I said, so it's kind of messy, but you're trading right in here, so it doesn't really get in your way. But you can see this magnet is the center of all price volume averaged over today since the market opened. So this is going to be where you expect it to come back to this area, and that's why it's called the magnet. So that's a good, now it won't always, nothing's always, but this is all just little things to give you an edge to help you scalp. So you're looking for candlestick patterns, which is in Day Trading Volume 2, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, and they have another one. That's the only book that rates them, and that's why I have a link to it, as well as long-term safety. Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone, I have a link to that, and then The Best Loser Wins, I have a link to that. I know that the $1 Million Margin Club is working on a video review for that, which will make it easier for people who aren't into reading, detailed books. So they already have a bunch over on their channel. The $1 Million Margin Club's channel they're a book review channel, and then they sell the scripts and the books over there. So I would check that out. So this is a really, really important indicator, and this is showing you the peak levels based on 50%. This is designed for large cap. So keep that in mind. You might want to use the regular volume profile, which doesn't have all the bells and whistles if you're not doing large cap. And I have lots of videos about how to set that up for intraday. And there's the magnet price. There's the high band and the low band, basically the high and low of this session. Then over here you have the multi-time alignment. This is so important. That means 5M is a 5-minute chart, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour, all charts showing you what is the price action there. Is it showing you a red or a green candle? This is called multi-chart alignment. People do that without this indicator just to try to figure out what other people are doing before they take the trade, and then you pretty much assess it every 5 minutes. So as that was going up there, I don't know if those were all green at the time, it would have been smart to go in long, and then you're using other indicators to decide when to get out. It did keep going up, and now it went down. That's where the scalping indicator comes in so handy. The green is the buyers, the red is the sellers, the blue is the volume, and then here it shows the last candle's price action, the current candle price action. So everybody's getting ready up here. Missing one person, but it looks like we're for the most part ready to rock and roll. So we typically, the RV strategy calls for starting a half hour after market opens. We are on the East Coast of the United States. So that is 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., a half hour after market open here in the New York Stock Exchange. So that's just in like 2 minutes, but we may go in a little earlier because I'm watching this price action. I'm getting interested in this price action right here. Like if it breaks that fib or bounces off. So I do look at candlestick patterns as well. And we did have a doji here, a rickshaw man that turned it around quickly. And now I see price action coming in above this magnet, which makes me think that this magnet could pull up or the price action could go up. And it seems like it wanted to break that fib there, but it didn't quite do it. So we're looking in to get into this position as soon as we can. So let's see if this drops down a little lower. And we can get a good, I'm going to take it right there. So it gave it to me on the ask, unfortunately. Should have looked at the market maker. I was looking at the bid. So I was trying to get that at, and there it's already down. I was trying to get that at 34, and I got it at 38 instead. So I'm in, guys, a little early, jumped the gun a little bit, but I thought it was about to shoot up, and it didn't. So there's my open position. That's what I already traded. Now, I'm going to be using these indicators. Now, the buyers only went halfway up this column, which is not giving me confidence to stay in long. But right here, this candlestick pattern told me that it was going to go up. And now the multi-chart alignment's kind of split. So, you know, the scalping indicator has the percentages right here within the candle, the ask and the bid within each volume candle. So this is helpful. So it's kind of undecided. Now, what we can expect from large caps is they move in a consolidating manner, like a snake between the zones that I created there, that you saw me create on the daily chart. So we're not going to, it's pretty hard unless you just abandon watching that you're going to get hurt very badly, even with 500 shares. And you see me trade 1,000, 2,000 shares. So AMD, besides being a large cap and moving like that, it's very predictable that it moves within its range. Again, nothing's always, remember that. No, as Mark Douglas says, assume every trade will fail no matter who you're talking to, how perfect they say their indicators is, how perfect they say their strategy is. You don't count on any trade working. And I'm the first one to tell you that. But each one of these things, these indicators and these strategies help you just cut that probability more into your favor, cut the losing probability. And now it's breaking the ATR. So, I mean, the Fibonacci level. So that's exciting to me that it's actually going to break this, or will it reject off of it? So I should have just waited till the see, it always a half hour after you'll get more volume, and then it usually goes the same way that I use the words always, guys. Remember, there's nothing always. Most of the time, in my opinion, I'm so careful about this because, you know, I get these nasty emails. You know, I'm just like, guys, I cannot predict the future, right? I do think that if you get good at patterns and you use these indicators properly, you, for the most part, can predict the future. And then you just have to, when the future doesn't go your way, you have to get out. You have to have a day trading plan, right? So that's what I say to do. Now, I run it at 90%, you know, with these strategies and these indicators. And you see me do it all the time. So I think that it can be done in a perfect world, but you should figure that on a 50% and then just cut your losses sooner and keep your winning. And then see, I should have banked off that. I should have banked off that fib and taken that small trade. I think it was a $70 trade or something, and it came down. But now it's going back up. I'm not going to let that happen twice. Let me just see if it breaks. So, guys, now you're going to see me reverse a lot. I don't expect a lot of slippage on AMD as usual. It's just not. And I think that Charles Schwab will fill me with his 2.7 guaranteed liquidity and 0.2 of a second fill. And if you're not getting that, and I hear people that don't get that all the time, you should definitely call and ask about it, why that might not be happening. It could be a setting. You want to make sure everything's set for no delay. I'm just going to I'm going to reverse right there. It's stalling. So I don't know why that position just came in on me there. Didn't know the positions was turned on for me here. I must have that on another chart. Well, we'll see how that. But anyway, that's calling out where my position is on a short. And that's something new that they've been offering that I was messing around with, but I wasn't exactly sure how that worked yet, but there it is. I didn't think it was showing it on the long, but maybe it was, and I just didn't see it. All right, well, anyway, so my position right now is 141.74. And that is going short. So I'm going to actually reverse off that fib right there and see if it bounces back up. I don't think it slipped much. I got to $255 in just a few trades. I'm going to reverse again and try to ride it back down again. Now you can see it did change my short position, which is interesting. So that thing's working pretty good. I don't know. I find it kind of annoying, actually. I think I messed around with it. I didn't realize I left it on. Oops. I should have held that a little longer. Oh dear. Yeah, this is my point of no return right here. I should have held that before I went short. I had the right idea to ride it up, and then I quickly reversed it, thinking it was going to keep going down, and misplayed that slightly. Not too much, just slightly. I can't get in too much trouble, even with 500 shares, because of how slow this is moving. So, and then I'm going to be watching my support and resistance levels. I highly respect the Fibonacci levels, but I am going to, it's consolidating right here at the top of these fibs. So I'm actually going to reverse right there. So I got 315. I was looking to go the other way, so I'm right below this fib. Yeah, so it did show it. Okay. I don't think I need that because I have an active trader, but also the more you put on, sometimes you slow down. I'm really into an extremely fast computer, like as fast as I can possibly get. I mean layout as fast as I can get it to be by every little trick I know, going in the back end, removing decimals, doing all kinds of things I can do without getting into trouble from Thinkorswim, so that I can reverse quickly and all my platform goes as quick as it can possibly go. So those are little tricks that not everybody can do, but I don't think it really affects, generally would affect the way most people would trade. I don't think I have some huge advantage or anything. I don't think it's cheating. But I am trying to show you every single trick I know to help you out and trade effectively. I'm looking at the market maker right now. I'm getting ready to reverse off that upper fib. If it gets up there, 41.80, 141.80. It's staying low now. There's 74. I'm just gonna do it there. So I banked $414 now. So it's gonna be hard to lose that now unless I just do one bad trade after another, and I don't. If I start to do a lot of like 3 bad trades in a row, sometimes I'll stop depending on how high it is, but I will definitely stop, push back my chair, take a deep breath and say, what are you doing? Are you just having a fun game playing? Don't you want to make money? Why are you flipping around so quick? I tend to just start trade, over trade, and that's where you can really get in trouble. And I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Is it going to break that fib? Boy, it seems like it is. I'm at 76. There's my red line where I am. That actually is helpful to show you guys. So there's my position. Everybody's doing good. It looks like I'm in the lead, which is good to see. I'm actually going to reverse right there. I'm going long at 141.56. 141.56. I'm going to see if it can go back to this fib, and I'll reverse again. Looking for it to bounce off that fib. If it goes back up, if not, then I got to get out. I don't really have any mark to get out here. Oh yeah, I have a fib right there. It's covering it up. So that's at 141.50. That's my position. So yeah, I don't really have. I guess if it drops down here, like somewhere in this area, I would get out. Looking for it to get all the way back up to that fib. If it does it, And I might just take a profit in the middle here if it looks like it's going to fade off here. It's doing some really crappy action here to read because it's just staying in the middle between levels. So we'll see how it goes here. But this is scalping, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up if you like this kind of content and you like how I'm teaching it. If not, you should subscribe anyway. But hopefully this is giving you some valuable information. And then, you know, we live off your viewership, really, because we don't sell courses. We just do recommend other people and what they do. So looking at those numbers, market maker is right here, and I'm looking for it to get near 80, anywhere near 80 on an upswing, and I'll reverse and then manage a bad position if it keeps going. Just get ready to get out. You know, I learned a long time ago the way I traded is I was taught by my mostly self-taught to look for the perfect entry, and that's really smart to do that. And I don't think you should not do. Okay, what did I get that at 75? I saw it going up. I thought I'd get it more at 80. Now it's going up. That's too bad. As it was going up, I thought it might slip upwards with my reverse, but now it's hurting me. So I've got it at 140, 171. You guys doing? Most of you are about the same position as me. So I'm not going to make any quick move here. If it breaks 140, 190, I would tend to think that I may need to take a loss here. So let's see. But this is a hard ceiling here. This is a serious flat top, this fib. So this is why I marked the fibs the way I marked the fibs, guys. So, you know, you saw how I marked them. That's the 10-day 5-minute. This is the 2-day 5-minute. And why would it stop here? Because everybody else does the same thing. And they're in a very similar place, even if you do it on different time increments on your chart. They're usually close to where you would see those, unless you're way off on like a 4-hour or something. But so that answers your question as to why. So I got it at 56. So I went 56 long. I broke 700. So my thought right now is to try to at least get 1,000 here on this session. Long ago, I used to have $1,000 a day that I went for, and now I go for 5,000 a day. But let's face it, either of those are fantastic. I'll settle for 1,000. But you know, you set goals and you try to reach those goals. Okay, so that really broke that fib with a big long, and it's breaking the 90. Did it break the 90? Wow, that is tempting, but the strength of that, look at this, is all green. Everybody's going long right now. So it's definitely retracing from the open. So where's the open? The open's all the way up at 142.25. All right, so right now, guys, with everything pointing up, I'm going to ride this up a little longer than I had been. So let's see if we can get through the 142, we should call that. Remember, even in half dollars, I've done a whole bunch of videos on the emerging even in half dollar strategy that you should watch. And that has not stopped. That's still happening. The whole strategy developed around that. Now, you always want to look for the even dollar and half dollar price points, because that's a psychological point that other people will set their trades at. And then because so many people do that, that affects price action, and that affects candlestick patterns and so on and so forth. So again, self-fulfilling. Look at that. Yeah, so this is where you can get messed up by watching a 1-minute chart. So you look at the 5-minute chart and it's nothing but net, as they would say. It is all green going up, and that is a very strong move. So I'm going to hold this and stop looking at the short term for a minute. Now remember, when I talked about scalping, it can be a few seconds or it can be 15 minutes. It can be a half hour. But most scalping is taken within a minute, maybe two. But that doesn't mean that every once in a while you don't want to hold. Now, I've already got a nice big cushion, so I don't mind. And I've got a cushion within this trade. So I don't mind holding this. I probably would hold it until I see it break down here again. So where's my position? My position's way down here. Yeah. So 56 at this line. So I'm okay. I got a good cushion. Even if I lose this trade, if it comes back down, I think I still break 1,000. It's one of the reasons why when you get closer to your goal, being okay with it and not pushing the outside of the envelope, it can help you hold trades longer, which is one of the problems I have where I've gotten so good at scalping and relying so much on scalping and trading around the high frequency algorithms that I will scalp everything. I'll scalp a straight up move, up and down, up and down. You see me do it. It's going straight up, but somehow I get a few more bucks. It doesn't always work, of course. Sometimes, I mean, there are many people that on a straight up move lose money, by trying to catch it on the down, and then they don't. They lose more than they make as it goes up. And there's other people that say to me, email me and comment, as I'm sure you've read in the comments, why not just hold it all the way up? Well, yeah. That's something you could do. You could hold it all the way up. Of course, you don't know it's going to keep going straight up. In retrospect, it's way easier, right? So you use these indicators that I have here. You use these support and resistance lines based on different strategies. I mean, the other strategy, which I didn't even talk about, that the $1 Million Margin Club put out a couple of months ago, that just changed everything, was their open strategies. After working on it for so long and having all these experts and all the back testing, they finally had a major breakthrough at the open, and that's day trading volume 4. And there's a key issue about trading above and below the breakout levels after you make your first initial money, what you should do as you continue to trade the action after the open, that really changed everything for a lot of traders. And that strategy is based on very short-term historical data. I mean, after all, you're trading the open. So look what we just did here, guys. We made a bull flag. This is a bull flag. So what that would mean is you take a look at the pole, right? So the pole, look at the volume profile, the market magnet coming in right here. So let's see if that magnet pulls up, because that'll just help it go stronger. But right now, you look at the pole, which is from, and this is in Day Trading Volume 2, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, 141.50, let's call it, 141.50, all the way up to like 142. So that's $1.50 from this candle. So that would mean that it's going to be 142, 143.25 roughly. So this should get up into the 143.25 if this breaks, if this is that right? Did I count that right, or did I not make that right? Oh, it's not $1.50. Hang on. I added $1 in there. I'm sorry. I was going to say, that's really exciting. So, no, that's 50 to 40. Yeah, so it's 50 cents. So 50 cents. Now, a lot of people would start it after the break. And if we did that, 50 cents would be 42. It would only be like right here. 42.50-ish area, 142.50. Look, it might make another bull flag, though. Yeah, I'm just going to hold this move, guys. It's a great trade. It looks like I'm going to break 1,000. Now, at this point, I probably would get out at this fib. I wouldn't ride it all the way down. I'd take my profit here. And I'm adjusting this on the fly. But it's just an upward move. Now, we had a little pullback there with a doji, but it already said, nope, it's going up still. So, yeah, this bull flag is wicked strong, and it fulfilled its move already. It finished the bull flag move. So let's see what people think of that. Anyway, Day Trading Volume 4 was the open strategy. And then I think I talked about Best Loser Wins, Tom Hougaard, another great book, Trading in the Zone, another Mark Douglas, another great book, and then the $1 Million Margin Club books. So there's links to all those, and there's links to all these custom scripts as well. And it makes the difference between profit and non-profit when you're trading is to get the right research material, especially if you're scalping. These are designed for scalping. This is called the scalping indicator. This is the best indicator that is out there, and there's a link to that. And I just designed it myself. So I'm a coder, a former math teacher, And then this one, the market magnet's very new, based on the Thinkorswim copyright principles, but I changed some things to make it all pre-set up for you and made it a little bit more dynamic. And then I sold all these. So this is available at the $1 Million Margin Club. And then this one is another one that is my concept based on working with subscribers here, making it better and better and better until these multi-time alignment. So these three, I believe, are the best indicators for scalping. I think they're the best ones. And they made videos for each one of them over at the $1 Million Margin Club. If you want to watch the videos showing how they work and how to use them, how to get them. This one has all three of them. It has the prayer indicator, as well as the, wow, it just keeps going up, as well as the prayer indicator and the good versus evil indicator. Yeah, so catchy names. So it broke 1,000. We still have 10 minutes to go, and I just kind of rode this move up. So guys, I know I haven't been calling everything because I've just been sitting here, and I probably could have made a little bit of money in here, but I decided to just calm down and go for the move up. I mean, look at the MACD, guys. Nothing's telling us to turn around here. 100% on the scalping indicator, 15-minute up. Everything's green. Everybody's thinking. Every trader is buying, not selling, based on indicators. Having the right indicators up, really important to help you make your decision. Again, it doesn't mean it won't go against you. It can. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But obviously, the probabilities are falling more in your favor. And that's why I started this video trying to show you the difference between scalping and day trading and why these indicators are specifically for scalping. And then how you can make a living using them. And then how you can get all these indicators too. That's pretty much how I introed the video, and I'm showing you a demo. So I'm kind of pretty much giving you everything. Now we do have treasure hunt videos. This is not one of them where I will tell you where to go if you watch the whole video. Maybe one of them still. Yeah, you got to keep watching. And then it will send you someplace to get free custom scripts, free things that you would normally have to buy elsewhere, that I'm allowed to do promotions with them and give them to you for free. So you got to check out the videos, because it's pretty often that I do send you on a treasure hunt to get something for free, and they will not be up. Right now, the former ones are still up there. You can still find the treasure, but they won't be for long. So if you watch some of the older videos all the way through the last, say, 5 to 10 videos, there are several videos that give you jewels of free things, but you won't know how to find them unless you watch the whole video. And those people that put the chats in, I know you're excited, but don't chat where to get the treasure hunts. Whole idea is that Charlie's just not going to let those chats through. I know she blocked a bunch of them. You were telling everybody, that's nice of you, but remember, the goal is to have them watch more video times here. So the goal is not to circumvent the professor. It's to help the professor, right? So, and we'll keep giving you free. I get it though, because it's like a natural reaction. I know a way. So I'm going to tell the professor in a chat that he sees how to beat him. Something like you don't know that I see it or something. But anyway, yes, I am altruistic to a point, but we're trying to achieve a goal here. So this didn't quite make a bull flag, kinda. But man, I'm not losing my faith in this move still. So here's the high from earlier. So it's pretty much retraced it. It's gone up now to a pre-market high. It's retraced the open. Look at the scalping indicator. Now, when I read this, remember, it's not just that where it is, it's that if it's halfway down, if it starts to drop from the top of the volume, see this on this one, you start to lose faith. And look what happened. See? So it kind of told you on this one, hey, it didn't make it to the top. Look out for the next one. Hey, it didn't make it to the top, and the volume dropped. So less buyers, more sellers. And then now it's telling you, hey, it's working its way back up. So right now it's at the top. So I would say this is still going up. Probability-wise, this is still going up. All the volume had most of the buyers. So going up, so that's the way I'd look at it. And then I'd look for any conflicting reasons why I shouldn't believe that. Like this support and resistance line might have turned me around, you know, but it didn't. So now we're looking at the next one. And then we look at even and whole dollars, half dollars and whole dollars too. So like 143 right below that fib would be an area I'd watch, as well as this 142. So it's that line is there for a reason. I don't know why, but something marked on a 5-minute chart that was a spot to put a potential problem with an upward move or a support as it comes back down. Historical data, you know, and people scoff at that and go, that's just, you don't know how to trade. And it's just like, yeah, there's lots of ways to trade, guys. Lots of ways to trade and to read things. That's what makes it so interesting and why it's so diverse. So don't universally say, oh, if you draw lines, you know how to trade. What that does is just show the whole world that you don't know how to trade. That's what it does. When you call out other people, I think I've mentioned it before, professional traders don't call other professional traders bad or stupid or they don't know anybody. They just don't do it. They don't need to do it. They don't do it. They'll go like, that's an interesting way. I wonder how that's working for him. I'm going to take a look at that. Well, I don't like it. Whatever. They don't go like, you don't know what you're doing. You just point out how you don't know what you're doing. You don't realize that that's what you can't see it. And I know you're trying to pump yourself up, but it's pretty transparent that when people say bad things about other traders, they're not professional traders because you just don't do it. You don't badmouth other traders. That's the other way to say it. Don't badmouth other traders. Everybody's struggling. Every single person is struggling. Your best trader in the world struggles, So it's just not productive for you, particularly for you, the person saying it. I'll leave that message there. But so the 143, it just moved right by it. Man, guys, it just keeps going up. I'm looking at that fib as a rejection, honestly. So I'm going to be looking at the fib. See, let's just see if this makes it to the top. No, it didn't. Okay, so it's starting to show you. Not only did the volume drop here, but then it went up, and that means the rest of it's not buyers. So this is telling you that it's about ready to reverse. So we have a doji, a rickshaw man, some might say hangman with a tall noose. But these are reversal signs, and it's already starting to go back. So. Yeah, if it gets back up to 143, I'm going to get out and reverse it. Is it going to give me a chance? There was 98. 96. I'm going to get out right there. I got it at 142.99. So you can see my position. Now, I will manage a bad position by, if it breaks through here with confidence, I will go the other way. I am calling for a reverse action here for a period of time. Actually, I'm almost done trading here anyway, so I've broken 1,400. And there are signs that this is, now that wasn't a sign, but just before that, the signs that this was going to reverse. So let's see. So I will buy to get out now, cover, they call that. And because that will be, we're up to the 30 minutes right now, are very close to the 30 minutes. So I am in the lead, I can see, which is good. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, okay. I'm in second place. Not by much, though. Yeah, he's over 1,500, so that's definitely beating me. How did that happen? How is that possible? But you can see that, by following the RV strategy, following a consolidating, moving sideways, large cap stock, and just not overreacting and having your support and resistance levels, looking at your indicators. I mean, that's a mouthful, right? But once you start trading and looking at this, it's just not that difficult. What's difficult is controlling yourself. Is setting, looking at, like having a max loss. I didn't tell you, my max loss is $500 per trade. So I got nowhere near that. But for this kind of action, that I would have had to been a really bad trader to even let it get to half of that. So what I did is I looked when I took a position and I started managing that, I would look at the next level. Like right now I'm shorting. So I looked at this immediately. Like if it broke that, I would definitely consider going long again. So that's what I do. I just call it based on the levels, and then I keep an eye on everything and see like, hey, is it going to turn back around my way, or should I get the heck out of this? So I kind of like to see 1500 right now. Oh, there it was. It's a nice number for me, and we are really at the end here. So of time, I mean, so there it is. It's just that is it going to break that 70? It looks like it's going to break that 70 level. No, maybe not. Let's see here. Yep, 142.99. Just call it 143. I can see the chat window over here to the right that Charlie's chatting to and is asking my position, but a lot of times you can't see my screen if you're looking at your screen, so you're trying to get info fast. But most of these traders don't need to follow me. They're curious, but they're doing their own thing. I am quarterbacking, but everybody's responsible for their own trades. If I didn't make that clear. 69, so that broke it. So let's look for a spike, and then I'm out. Looking for a spike down, and then I'm going to get out because we're at time. So if I can get a little bit further down, I'll take it. That was nope. Seems like it's going back up, going back up, going back up. That could have been it. Yeah, I'm just going to take that. So 1595, not bad. So guys, that is the RV strategy. Yep, I should have held it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But when I get at time, I get a little apprehensive that, because I don't want to break the rules that we set here. And then we add it all up, and then we figure out we have a little pool going. And as far as anybody knows, that goes to charity. But we do rate on overall gross as well as accuracy. So I don't believe I had a single bad trade, but I'm not sure. It might have been one in there. But so I know my accuracy is over 90%. And I'm in second place. Oh, there's a couple still open trades. You're allowed to keep it as long as you don't take an additional trade after time, but not from the leaders. So, yeah, I'm in second place by like $15, which kind of sucks. But had I held it just a hair longer. Okay, guys. Well, listen, thanks for watching. Remember to watch all the videos in the archives so you can learn how to do this style and hopefully make a living trading. So always stay inquisitive and go green, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.